Shedeur Sanders is the most powerful black man since 2009. You know what happened in 2009?
Right.
That's when President Obama got elected in office.
You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, the Shedeur Sanders situation, phenomenon, if you will, has taken on many different life cycles, trends, takes. I've seen some god-awful takes over the last week. I have. Before his first start, after his first start, from everybody across all kinds of spectrums, right? I've seen some really good lucid takes like John Middlecoff, who was like, yeah, Kevin Stefanski probably should have given him a game ball. Read the room. It was the kid's first start on the road, and he got you a win. Now, again, I said I thought it was a real solid first start in the National Football League. And I said I'm not going to compare Shedeur Sanders' first start to Patrick Mahomes playing a game now. If Patrick Mahomes plays a game like Shedeur plays against the Raiders, I'm crushing Patrick Mahomes for having a shitty game. But Patrick Mahomes has been to 5 Super Bowls, won 3, has MVPs, versus a kid that just had his first NFL start. The grading scale is not the same. I thought it was a solid first start and certainly warranted another look. So, as you can expect, it was only a matter of time before this took some kind of a political angle of some kind. We have Kendrick Perkins, who is, along with Stephen A. Smith, single-handedly ruined ESPN. I mean, I guess not single-handedly, hand in hand with Stephen A. Smith and some of the prior instigators over there. You know, the Kerry champions, Jamel Hills, people that it was so woke, even for ESPN, they wanted him out. But they can't have a show on First Take or some other place without race being involved. And Kendrick Perkins, a former basketball player, decided to weigh in on this and had one of the most absurd takes I've ever heard, and he is getting destroyed by people of all colors and all races, and you name it. He's getting crushed right now. Because of this, Shedeur Sanders is the most powerful black man since Obama took office. The NBA champ says. What? What are you thinking? By the way, before we jump into his actual video, Trump weighed in on Shedeur Sanders. Trump is a big Deion fan and a big Shedeur fan. And I knew he was. And I'm going to tell you, this is my surprising take for you guys. I bet if you peeled back the curtain and gave Prime and his sons truth serum, I bet they voted for Trump in this last election. Rhodes, no way. They're friends with Obama. Do you have any idea how many Trump supporters voted for Obama? I talked to 2 of them yesterday. I know a ton of them that flipped since Obama was in office. So that's got nothing to do with nothing. It's got nothing to do with anything at all. Trump. Shedeur Sanders was great. Wins first game, career start as a pro for Cleveland. Great genes, I told you so. They got this ESPN Cleveland post got nearly 1 million views on it. I love it right there. Yeah, I love that. This is what he put up during the draft slide. What is wrong with NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even greater in the NFL. He's a very good coach, streetwise and smart. Therefore, Shedeur, his quarterback son, has phenomenal genes and is all set for greatness. He should be, quote, picked immediately by a team that wants to win. Good luck, Shedeur, and say hello to your wonderful father. I'm almost willing to bet you money they all know each other. So, this is Kendrick Perkins. Let's listen.
Shedeur Sanders is the most powerful black man since 2009. You know what happened in 2009?
Right.
That's when President Obama got elected in office. He's the most powerful black man since 2009. You said you were sitting there watching the game in your house, and what you did? You ran with the TV.
Goddamn right,
right?
I did.
What was you doing, DB?
I was cheering. I was happy.
You was cheering like a motherfucker. When Shedeur Sanders is on the field, and when I say powerful, because there's two sides of it, right? Think about it. Okay, you got the black community. He bringing the whole black community together. I ain't ran across one black person that didn't said one bad thing about Shedeur.
We want him.
And guess what? Not one. Because he has the balance. He has the balance of that I'm arrogant, but I'm humble too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right?
He have fun with this shit.
And he having fun with this shit. And on top of that, y'all want me to say y'all want me to feel it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, he talking shit.
I
love that shit, bro.
He's the most powerful black man in sports. No other, matter of fact, fuck black man. He the most powerful player in sports.
Fuck.
Patrick Mahomes would love a word. LeBron James would love a word. 20 years later, Michael Jordan would still like a word. That's ignorance on a whole nother level. It really is. It's dumb. Yeah, Kendrick Perkins says, and mute. And mute. Seriously. Oh my God. Someone please take his mic. He doesn't speak for us. What are we doing? LeBron's seeing this. LeBron's like, the fudge is happening here. Kendrick Perkins says, yeah, get the headphones off. Wow. I had to check the username to make sure this wasn't Centel, because what the fuck? When I first looked, I was like, I had to double check myself. Yeah, I did. I mean, he must want his pops on the podcast or something. Here I was thinking Lamar Jackson had won 2 MVPs. It is bizarre. It is bizarre. Perk is wrong, but that's not shocking. But also, here's a black person saying odd stuffs about Shedeur. Yeah, well, I think this was Bomani.
You know what, man? I think I'm going to say this to Shedeur, to the fans, everybody. I'm going to say this perhaps on behalf of the people in my line of work, man. Man, let's just get this money. There is a difference between being an underdog and not being that good. This guy who has had a whole slew of advantages, and the greatest advantage at all, a father with the power to be able to become a coach at all these places to shepherd you through to get to the point where you get to the NFL. This is not an underdog story. They don't make rich underdogs.
You know what's pretty wild? I can't believe I'm going to say this. Bomani Jones has gave some lucid takes over the last year. I've watched like 7 Bomani Jones clips where I'm like, what happened? I fully agree with he agrees with me now. What happened? I mean, some common sense takes is shocking. And he's right too. I mean, look, there was a lot of it. Although I will say this, I do believe, and I've talked about how much I like Deion. And you know, he's one of the greatest defensive players of all time in the NFL, elite section of the Hall of Fame. But Deion did not do Shedeur any Sanders. Any Sanders. Deion did not do Shedeur any favors in this pre-draft process at all. Talking about, yeah, this is teams we don't want him to go to. You're not doing the combine. You're not throwing at the combine. You're not going to conduct yourself a certain way in interviews. Deion hurt these kids by not having them hire an agent. That's why when Shiloh went undrafted, he hired Drew Rosenhaus so he could get a job. And it worked. Drew Rosenhaus would have went, and what an agent does is an agent massages out and puts out the fires out there. And agents ain't worried about feelings. Rosenhaus would have set Shedeur down and said, look, I've talked to these GMs. This is where they got you. As of this moment, before the combine, they got you as a fourth round talent, let's say. We need to get you at the combine. We need to get you in these interviews. We need to get you. They would have set them up to study, do QB Q&A practices to prepare. I'm all for giving his props, but Kendrick needs to chill with all that glaze. Crazy. Wow. It's crazy. No cap, they need to start testing brothers for basketball CTE, and Perk needs to get drug tested. Dude got CTE from playing in the NBA, ? LeBron. Yeah. Worst take since 2009. That's crazy. That's crazy. Big Perk is prone to hyperbole, exaggeration, and drama. He might be hitting the sauce. It's one of the dumber things I've ever heard come out of anybody's mouth. It really is. Wow. Okay. And look, again, I'm pulling for the kid. You know, I am. But these kind of comments, these comments don't help Shedeur. They don't. In fact, what it does is NFL teams see a comment like that and they're like, what? Like if somebody wanted to bring Shedeur in for a look, it's all of the stuff around, it's the fandom and this and that and the other. It turns NFL clubs off. You know? If in case Shedeur needs a chance with a different team. I still believe Shedeur Sanders is a future Dallas Cowboy. I have this feeling. You know? Because Jerry ain't got a problem with glitz and glamour, and we know Jerry loves it just like Prime Time does, and just like Shedeur does. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.